Hello everyone and welcome back to Classic Cricket Matches. For the next few episodes, I'll be bringing you highlights from the very first T20 World Cup that ever took place, which is known as the ICC World T20. It took place in the same year as the 2007 ODI World Cup. So this followed a few months later. This took place in September of 2007. The very first edition of the T20 World Cup. Today's highlights are from the Pakistan versus Scotland game from the group stage of that World Cup. Keep in mind that everyone was still pretty new to the T20 format. They had played around maybe one or two or three T20 internationals, so it was a pretty exciting time and format for everyone. I apologize, I don't have the highlights from the first innings of this game, but I'll give you a quick recap. Scotland won the toss and elected to field first, and Pakistan, after a wobbly start, put up a good middle order show and finished on 171 for 9. So Scotland was now chasing 172 runs to win from 20 overs. Before we begin, please press that subscribe and like button below, as it would really help the channel. Without further ado, please enjoy the highlights.
Here's Asif. Out of rain, conditions still looking good, getting a little cooler. Runs a bit edgish, but it's still 4, and at the end of the over, 6 without loss.
For the last delivery of Asif's over, spoiled everything. It was a good over, but getting hit for a boundary of the last delivery spoiled the figures.
I don't know if the crowd have been seeing their performances. If they can do that, world beaters for sure. Oh, and that's very well done. The catch taken, and Gul has struck. It means that the Pakistanis have got the opening batsman and the captain of Scotland. Scotland now 9 for 1 at the end of the second over.
Important wicket for the Pakistanis. It was the bounce which enabled Gul to pick up a wicket here. Scotland 9 for 1.
Striker's end. Oh, and there'll be runs. Bad piece of fielding. The fielder knows it. Look to the heavens. Watts will look to the scoreboard, because he will be credited with a boundary. Not a convincing one, but he's got the runs. Have a bit of an inside half of the bat. He's got runs. Not well fielded. But they'll celebrate any and everything once it hits the boundary boards here.
Error of judgment as far as the batsman, also Gul, is concerned. He thought the ball wasn't travelling. In fact, it was travelling like a trace of bullet.
Runs. Very well played indeed. This young man looks quite organised, Watts, and he picked that up very well indeed. Hit it with considerable confidence. That's a good shot.
That's a fantastic stroke. On this kind of pitch, it's never easy when you start your inning as a batsman. But here, picking up the line early, length early, got into a position and played a good stroke.
What was very impressive was that he pulled it, he rolled the wrists on it. Well, it will be 5 added to the score, not just the boundary, but the no ball.
And it's a free hit for the batsman. No matter what happens, he can't get out. That's why these kids, they look very excited. They are sensing a 6 or a boundary hit.
And that's a very good hit by Watts. Gave himself room, got himself right in line, and whack, down the ground. Very well done. Another boundary.
And that's a boundary on the onside. He's got that away. He's looked positive. He's looked good, Watts.
Yeah, Fraser's been playing really well for us. He's one of our positive batters, and Navdeep Punia at the other end has been excellent for us in both warm-up games. So the two guys who've got at the crease at the moment, both very aggressive players. So we'll just ask them to keep being bold and keep coming hard.
Anyone in particular to watch out for?
Well, I think Navdeep Punia, he's been our best.
To pick singles, if not boundaries.
Oh, he's bowled a great ball right up there. No room for error. And Punia's gone.
But what Punia should have been doing was to give Fraser Watts more of the strike, because he's been the one who's hitting the ball well. Instead, he tried to go for the big hit and missed the Yorker. Very good Yorker from Umar Gul, and Scotland a 38 for 2. Got to have a few big hits.
It's in the air, and it might be okay. It might land safe. It is. Oh, he's picked his cap.
Spinners are concerned and worried about giving the ball a bit of air in this form of the game. They want to bowl as tightly as possible, dropping the ball short Mohammad Hafiz and being pulled for almost a 6, a near 6 of that by Fraser Watts. Scotland will depend heavily on him.
Oh, look at this. Very nice indeed. That's not Fraser Watts, that's 1,000 watts. 50 up for Scotland.
Just helping the ball along. There's a better chance of you getting some runs with that kind of a delivery than with the reverse sweep.
It's the old, had a brief spell with the bat. It's a useful looking shot, but there's a man there, and that's the end of Hamilton. Shahid Afridi gets a big wicket for Pakistan, and Scotland's hopes are dented because Hamilton's on the way back.
They didn't quite get hold of that one. He hit it with the turn all right, but there was a fielder at the mid-wicket. Don't think he quite middled the ball, because he was taken pretty early. 53 for 3.
4 for 3. Up in the air, and it's going to be another wicket. Comfortably taken. Shahid Afridi is having a magic little spell. It's his first over. The Pakistan bench will be well happy with what Afridi is doing here. McCullum gone for naught. Six. Oh, it's 4. It's one bounce in. Scotland are trying to hit themselves out of trouble here.
Big shot, this one. They have to now throw their bats at just about everything if they're going to catch up with the asking rate.
Man there. Another wicket. Hafiz accounts for Watts, and Scotland now are 5 down. It's a glum-looking bench. The Pakistanis are turning the screw.
Scotland 59 for 5.
Scotland dugout has gone rather quiet. He's going to get another one. Imran Nazir takes another catch. It is raining catches in Durban, and Scotland are trying to fight their way out, and they're actually, well, it's just a procession.
I'm not sure that fight the way out is the right word, because it was a very simple catch. The fielder had to run in. 60 for 6, Dougie Brown out for 1. Scotland have lost their way. They began promisingly, but look at that. Didn't even get enough on the ball, because the fielder had to run in. The straight boundaries are pretty small. Look at that.
So a couple more runs here. Scotland need those. They need everything they can get. That'll be 4. 4 leg byes. Okay, let's get the view from Fraser Watts. Fraser's with Ravi. Ravi?
And Afridi is someone who mixes it up, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a match winner. He's a guy that does strange things and does things you don't really know how he's done them, and it's hard. But he's done very well. He's bowled well, and we just haven't really batted as well as we should have.
We'll just come back to you, Fraser. 70 for 6.
do a great deal of damage to the opposition.
Signals should come, and it doesn't say like buys, runs. You expected a response from Pakistan, and it's good to see that with a bit of pressure they have reacted well, because often accused, I think, Ramiz, of not dealing with pressure well.
That's a big statement you've made.
And he's got another wicket. Thank you very much. He's got the wicket of Smith. It means that Scotland, they tumble even more. They've now gone to 79 for 7.
Well, Shahid Afridi is turning it around for his team. He's been sensational with the ball. Tailor-made for 2020 cricket. He's an excellent fielder, more than handy bowler, and a prolific hitter of a cricket ball. Trying the reverse swing and hitting it down the throat of the fielder, Yasir Arafat. Mohammad Hafiz went away from the stumps to get that little bit of extra angle and spin on the ball. Umar Gul with the die. The fielding has been very impressive. Abdul Razak in this lineup.
I think Amir mentioned that in Pakistan you play a good deal of 2020 cricket.
Yes, it's now, 3 seasons of high quality, vibrant 2020 cricket that we play in Pakistan. And it's part... More importantly, they really have to change their batting order, because
Should be a couple. Yes, and second run completed fairly comfortably. Cleaned him up. 102 for 8.
brought back by the captain at the right time, Umar Gul, who picked up 2 wickets with the new ball, and now giving him opportunity to pick a couple.
Scotland have just lost their 8th wicket for 102. And another one. Very good Yorker again from Umar Gul. Cleans up the number 10 batsman. Too good for the number 10 batsman.
Well, he has come of age, Umar Gul. Knows the art of bowling in the depth of the innings now. That's important for Pakistan. Scotland 1 or 2 for 9.
He's bowled some very fine Yorkers. This is the one that has reversed into the batsman. Right the bottom of the middle stump. How accurate can one get? On a hat-trick. If there had been a gully possible opportunity. We're just missing out on a hat-trick.
To pitch the ball just back of the length, and with the older ball, he's been full and he's been rewarded. Almost wicket number 3 for Umar Gul in his last over.
up in the air. Will third man come into play for the catch? No, he's just come in and stopped the ball. Hugs. Be a couple runs. Oh no, misfield there by Imran Nazir. Is a very fine fielder. 111 for 9. Oh, that is something that the Pakistani team will have to look at. Their fielding has not been up to scratch.
Well, this is the second time Umar Gul has faltered. Just attacking the ball at the wrong time. Costing Pakistan 6 runs. Those 2 occasions. Well, he's noting everything. Jeff Lawson has been recently appointed Pakistani coach. Slow delivery.
Cleaned him up again. Scotland all out 120. Losing the match by 51 runs. They've done well to restrict Pakistan to 171. But their batting was disappointing.
Yes, it's a convincing win for the Pakistanis. They looked a bit rusty when they were batting, but the bowlers making it up. Really bowled well, defended a small target. And it was Mohammad Asif who picked up the last wicket. A bit of reverse swing, finding the target.
This is good stuff. A couple of slower deliveries and then firing in the Yorker. Mohammad Asif. So happy Pakistani team. Batting card for Scotland. Fraser Watts top scorer with 46. He got them off 35 deliveries. Ryan Watson, Punia, Hamilton, McCallum, Dougie Brown, all failing to reach double figures. Craig Smith got 11. Huck was the last man out for 14. Craig Wright got 14. But overall, a disappointing performance.
Well, we didn't see many contributors in that scorecard of the Scottish batting lineup, but here you'll see a lot of contributors. Shahid Afridi and Umar Gul picking up 4 wickets each. And Mohammad Asif supported them really well. Mohammad Hafiz was also a successful bowler.
And that's the match summary for you. Scotland did well to restrict Pakistan to 171 for 9. Yunus Khan top scoring with 41. Afridi scored 22 off.
So, a pretty well-disciplined performance from the Pakistani bowlers helped them win by bowling Scotland out for 120 runs. Other than the lone hand played by Fraser Watts, who scored 46 runs off 35 balls, none of the other Scotland batsmen really ended up putting up too much of a fight, so Pakistan won comfortably in the end by 51 runs. The chief wrecker-in-chief being Umar Gul with a 4-wicket haul. Shahid Afridi bagging a 4-wicket haul of his own. Both Umar Gul and Shahid Afridi ended up being very, very successful T20 bowlers for Pakistan, almost hitting the 100-wicket mark, and they had held the leading wicket-taker position for Pakistan in the world for a very long time. So Pakistan ended up winning the first game of the T20 World Cup of 2007, and I'll be back again to bring you more highlights from the rest of this World Cup. Until then, please take care of yourselves and goodbye.